Americans trying to do British accents in convincing ways is always awful. Much in the same way that British people try to do American accents is also terrible too.
Unless you're Hugh Laurie.
No.
Oh, he does a
I'm
great
joking.
one.
Yeah,
okay, I was like, he does an amazing one.
I know. I mean, there was even an interview where people were like, we didn't even know he was English.
No, never knew. Oh, it was so weird because, like, I absolutely adore House. That is one of my favorite series of all time. And then I came over here, and everyone's like, all that stuff he used to be on. Well, Blackadder, of course, and then Swooster and whatever. And I was like, he was on with Stephen Fry, whatever show that was. I don't know, because it's British. But,
Fry and Laurie?
Oh, that's, that. And so I kept seeing all this stuff, and I was like, what? That's not him. He's this amazing American actor. And then I was like, no, he's a British comedian.
No, he's actually like an amazing British actor.
Yeah. And a comedian. That was the thing that really got me.
What the hell was that?
Commercial for Twitch.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I probably should actually start doing some messages.
It sucks because it's the Uber Eats, which we don't have here in Belfast.
You know?
Nope. There's some very weird rules about Uber here.
This comes on the back of obviously Uber having that problem with like London and all that sort of thing.
Probably.
Like, back in the day. Like,
yeah,
it's a licensing issue.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's licensing.
And it's only because they annoyed the heck out of the old black cab drivers.
Yes, that is, which is a really huge market here, is the black cabs. They're really cool looking. But anyway, what I was saying was, so the Uber Eats commercial comes on, and it's got like all of this food on there. We don't have that kind of food here. We're like country bumpkins. I love Belfast, but we're the Texas of the UK.
No, not gonna do it.
What?
Not gonna do it.
But they keep showing sushi. We have like 2, maybe 3 sushi places, and they're not near me at all.
Oh, that's a shame. Sushi's good.
I can't really eat sushi if I'm honest, because I have to stay in keto, and rice is not keto. And sushi made with cauliflower rice is gross.
Yeah, not fun.
I like cauliflower rice, but I like vegetables. I am going to just be rambling like crazy. Our lovely viewers, if you show up, because I have a headache.
And I'm tired.
And Pete's tired. So we're going to do a quickie ep today.
Yeah. Right, I'm being lazy today. I've literally just copied the tweet into the Discord.
That works.
We don't have Kieran posted up like witty messages.
I know. I miss Kieran's witty messages.
Yeah, I mean, he even disappointed last week. It was like, all my brain power's focused elsewhere.
But I get it. I understand.
I do as well, but Kieran is shirking the responsibility.
You're the witty one of us.
Is he?
I think.
I thought that was me. Oh, wait, no, that's definitely not me.
I'd say...
I thought I was... Oh, wait, am I the smart one then? No, that's definitely not me. That's you.
No, not on this show. My brain, like, dies when I'm on the show. I don't know what I am. Well,
I definitely know what my role in this podcast is.
Angry man.
Yeah, I am the voice of the regular gamer. Angry gamer.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I shouldn't be allowed to reply to WhatsApp messages with GIFs.
Oh my goodness.
My mate just posted a picture of his beard, his beard progress, and it's looking pretty good.
I don't like beards.
I know, but
goatees are cool. I like goatees.
I mean, beards. I'm a fan of beards. I like beards because I can't grow them myself.
Well, I was gonna say like the close to the whatever beard.
The chin strap.
Oh, maybe not the chin strap. But you know, like the neat trimmed ones, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, this is
big bushy beards. I hate
yeah. Well,
those.
this is a big bushy beard that's mostly unkempt. Let's say it's gotten so long to the point now he's now braided it.
Oh
It's
no!
kind of cool.
No.
No, because now it just looks like 4 in like in Endgame.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I should not be allowed to respond with gifs because there was one that came to mind. I'll have to tell you after the show.
Oh my gosh.
But all I will say is Harold and Kumar.
Oh
That's
my
it.
gosh.
So you know exactly
Yep.
what I mean.
Yep. Oh man, I've got makeup all. What? I do not understand the camera at all. Okay.
A camera has a lens and usually transmits.
See, okay, so you can kind of see the glitter
Yeah,
and
I can
stuff.
see it. Yeah, the glitter and a bit of foundation. Possibly.
Yeah, you can barely see that here off camera. It's
Yeah.
barely there. On camera, it's like, oh, look at all of this. Ugh. I've been playing around with makeup because I got a hosting gig, which I'm very, very happy about. Yeah, it's only a one-nighter, but I love hosting stuff.
For one night only.
For one night only. It's my comeback tour. Ah.
Yeah, that's what you should name the tour, for one night only.
Oh my gosh, if I was like famous and touring, I would tour like for like half a year and I would call it one night only just because.
Yeah.
Chat.
That would be awesome. So I'm just
Chat
I got
has...
the Uber Eats ad as well.
You what?
I got the Uber Eats.
Oh right. Chat, you have
Burgers.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Although added together that's 6. Oh.
Yeah, this is how maths works, I'm afraid.
Vogue. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Why are you doing the Madonna thing?
I don't know. I love Madonna. Oh my gosh. Ew, I can hear myself.
Okay, yeah, I was just checking levels.
Ugh, I haven't even adjusted my lights. So there's like this huge shadow underneath.
Yeah. I mean, I've got more light than normal in here, so I decided to mess around with the camera.
Yeah, that's a good light.
Yeah, because I've got I've got the free setting light on my
yeah,
which is quite handy. So, being a bit overcast and horrible here today, I needed something.
It's so bad here, and that's a little bit.
It's annoying because yesterday was so good.
Oh, it was beautiful. Well, was it? It wasn't beautiful here yesterday. It rained yesterday, but the days before that.
Yeah, thanks for that because we've now got that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers for that. I just need to run a quick test recording, so we'll just talk normally, all right? Say nothing incriminating ever. I mean, that's normal for you.
I am Jimmy Hoffa.
I am Alex Jones. Or am I? God, what was that conspiracy with Alex Jones?
There's several, but
he's Bill Hicks. Yeah, that was
it.
Before,
yeah, Bill Hicks.
I was gonna say, am I Alex Jones or am I Bill Hicks?
Bill Hicks. Oh, my colors look so weird on Twitch. Oh well.
Well, if you want to know about those weird colours, then go to twitch.tv.
There you go.
News.
Excellent, Pete. One more minute and we'll start.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me just go. Let me just go and check this quickly then.
That's fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
I forget that I can actually check it on Voice Meter itself.
Woo!
Yeah, so I could still hear what you were talking about, like unlike usual.
Oh. Well, I was.
But I will reset it. I'll be back in a second.
Oh. Okay. Chat, don't tell Pete, but I'm actually JFK's great grandchild.
What?
I don't know. It's
just all of that, obviously.
Good, because I was just spewing out nonsense.
Ah, what a surprise.
Yep. No different than normal. Oh, my head is like really pounding. We are going to have to do this.
Of course.
Do this thing and get it wrapped up. I am sorry to our audience.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I feel like poo. on a shoe. Yabba dabba doo.
Really is going to be one of those shows today, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I guess I'm doing all the heavy lifting and the manoeuvring and the angling and also the decorating.
Pivot! That's what I'll be doing. Which is a Friends reference, and I've never even watched that episode. I just know.
Say that again.
I said pivot, which is apparently a Friends reference to an episode I've never even seen, but I've seen so many memes and references to it. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is that I've seen maybe 5 episodes of Friends, but because it's so popular and well known and people reference it so much, I might as well have seen the entire thing at this point. Oh no, I have no desire to see it.
Look, you'll never get back.
It's not my style.
Those 10 seasons, 24 episodes of absolute hell.
It's just not it. There's nothing about it that is my style. I'm a big nerdo. I don't really like sitcoms, if I'm honest.
Look,
If I ever liked a sitcom, I Love Lucy. That's from the 50s.
Did you like? No, I'm gonna say that you definitely did like sitcoms.
Why?
At some point in your life. Because you like Cheers and you like Frasier.
Well, yeah, I think that's because I was raised on them, but then my mom watched Friends as well. She loved Frasier.
I would say that Cheers and Frasier are probably like the most unconventional sitcoms out of them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because they're actually intelligent.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And they don't require laugh tracks to be funny.
Yeah, I hate laugh tracks. I hate them.
I mean, Cheers did have a laugh track, but it shouldn't have.
Right. Well, I think American television's real big on laugh tracks because there's this series, Pete. You might like it. I don't know. I love it, except for the last season. But it's called MASH, and
I love MASH. MASH is great.
It's so good. And for some reason, the first 3 or 4 seasons they put a laugh track on there because it's American TV. But you can get the DVDs where that doesn't have the laugh track because the laugh track is not needed. It is not needed.
Yeah, it's sort of like a similar thing like with a couple of shows over here, like they had them as well.
Oh, did they really?
They're not prevalent, but like some of them had laugh tracks in them.
Ugh.
And I don't know why. It's like Dad's Army. Dad's Army had it in, and it shouldn't have had it in. And Dad's Army is absolutely hilarious. I've heard that's really good.
See, I've heard that. I've not ever seen it, but I have heard really good things.
So. Oh, watch it. It is fantastic.
I need to watch that, and I need to watch the Fools and...
Only Fools and Horses.
Fools and Horses, yeah, because I told you.
Oh my god.
I saw the one scene. Yeah. And it cracked the chandelier scene. I saw that and it cracked me up so much. I was like, "What is this wonderful thing?" But I've never seen it.
I mean, it's a wicked series, like obviously, and there's some really great episodes of it.
Right.
Obviously, once it actually finished, they started doing specials and all that.
Oh, right.
It should never have come back.
I hate when that
weird,
stuff happens. Yeah.
Also, just small disclaimer: if you do decide to go and watch it,
right?
It's got some very nonchalant racism in.
Oh! Well, to be fair, most stuff from back then does.
Yeah, it's a product of its time, and I'm not going to say you should never watch it because it is hilarious, but there are some pretty horrifically bad racist moments in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness! I think we should always remember our past. Is what I think.
Oh yeah, don't cover it up.
Yeah.
Shine light on it and just go. Yeah.
Don't be proud of it. Don't be like, ha ha. I remember when we could say these offensive things and it didn't hurt anyone's feelings. Like that's stupid. But
it did hurt someone's feelings back then. It's just people didn't care back then more so.
Well, I think people didn't have...
or the net of social. Social convention was a lot smaller than it is now because obviously social media is around.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, let's get this show started because I'm going to die. See,
why did you go from your normal American to a slightly bit of Northern Ireland to then full British?
Yeah, I was just muddling there. Oh my goodness! So today, oh my gosh, I was driving a friend to work today, and I'll save it for the show.
That's
that'll be
my
that'll be my what were you doing this week? Okay. Anyway,
right.
Sorry, it's
I'm going to start the recording Nah, 120, yeah.
Okay.
So, right. 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio, episode 120. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett. Yay!
Hello. Not sure why you had your full-on announcer's voice there, but it worked.
I thought about trying it out.
Okay, look. Can't see a problem with it. It works.
There we go. That's my advertising so that people will hire me for voiceovers. I'm available. I'm available for hosting gigs, voiceovers, and podcast. Woo! Boo, 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 boo.
Yes. Me too, let's say, but probably not the hosting stuff. Have you seen me host a show?
You do well. You die. But we have a quickie again.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what he said too.
Yeah. Today. Mostly because, let's just face it, the weather changed here in Northern Ireland and my stupid head is like, oh, it's a pressure change. I can't handle it. I'm going to give you a headache. And that's what happened. And I'm on medication, if you couldn't tell.
And medication does not count as booze.
No booze, because I have to drive later, so no drinking. Dang it!
I know. I just thought I'd mention that. Just off, yeah, clearly.
Stupid drinking rules.
Damn you, no drinking.
Yeah. But every week I like to start out with finding out how our week's been. Make that make sense in your head. I don't care.
Oh, it made sense to me for sure.
Good. Excellent. Pete, how about you? How's your week been?
Crazy. Very crazy. So, last week I was struggling a little bit with something. I didn't make mention on the show because we had bigger things going on, but long-term family pet passed, and I was not doing too well from that, so...
I know you were devastated.
Yeah. We had him for 20 years.
Yeah.
He was a tortoise. He was a good boy.
Very good boy.
But, yeah, he's So her parents came back and now in the process of obviously starting to sort all of that out. So good. There's finally going to be, some peace from that, let's say. Because I haven't been able to go down and do anything with him because I've been hurting, let's say.
I think that is very understandable. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to say to our audience that one of the very first pictures you ever sent me, Pete, way back when was your turtle boy.
Yeah.
And he's quite the handsome turtle lad. I'm saying turtle, but it's tortoise.
It's a tortoise.
He was
a
big boy.
It's just,
he was a big boy, not a little boy.
It's just normal for you Americans to call it a turtle rather than tortoise. So,
but it was a
I'll stick with that.
Proper big boy tortoise, and Pete took very good care of him. So yeah,
he was a pain in the butt. Let's say, but he was all pain in the butt.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that wasn't great. So if I was a little bit off last week, that was probably why. But I tried my best to get through it.
You did great.
Yeah, bigger and better things last week because it was a proper good discussion we had.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. If you have not checked out last week's discussion, either on the podcast or the VOD version, the video version, it was a great one of our. I'm just very proud of both our guys. Pete and Kieran, they did a great job interviewing the final tilt from Vulpines.
That was a really, really good episode. It seems to have gone down pretty well with a few people as well, so from what we've heard.
Yeah, and it's esports focused, so yeah.
Yes, so but we'll come to that discussion again at some point in the future because we've got further plans to obviously keep in contact with Vulpine and all of that. So yeah. Please give that one a check out. Please subscribe to YouTube as well. Yeah. It's on YouTube. It also includes the pre and post show. So reason to go on there. And it's for free. It's not locked behind a paywall.
Exactly. We don't do the paywall thing, which not begrudging anyone that does do it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking anyone who decides to put stuff out on Patreon. Fair play to them. They secure the bag in whatever way you can, of course. But we like to have our content available for all.
Yeah.
One day that might change, but
this
main show will never go behind the paywall.
No, exactly. The main event. Haha.
Yes. So anyway, but how's your week been?
My week's been kinds of cray-cray. Mostly I've been wrapping up my orders early and getting outside because there's actually been sun in Belfast.
Wow, you did the pro, the non-pro gamer move and touched grass.
I did. I touched all the grass, and also climbed under some trees and bushes and got all the grass in my hair. And also poked myself really bad. Can you see?
Yes, I can.
There.
That does not look like fun.
There's this bush called a hawthorn bush.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah, most UK people know what that is, apparently, because as soon as I say it, but their needles are about that big. Thorns, they're thorns. And it just, it was about that big, and about that much of it went in my hand.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was very painful.
Yeah, no wonder you had to wrap that call up on Friday.
I did. Yeah, I was like, I'm starting to feel a little bit woozy here, because,
my eyes are burning.
Yeah, I was like, my eyes are, because I'm allergic to literally everything. And that thing had just jabbed me, and I was like, oh, Pete, I'm starting to feel a little woozy. My eyes are burning. So I had to go take antihistamines. And my hand, swelled up and stuff.
Wow. And did you end up going to sleep pretty much almost immediately?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes. Those antihistamines hit, and I'm like, I'm out. Which is why I didn't sleep last night.
Of course, because you slept too much.
I slept too much, which just never happens. But, so, today's interesting story is that I was so I got a call, and they're like, it was a friend. Oh, can you take me to work? Because now I'm the taxi service for everyone in my circle. And I'm like, yeah, that's no problem at all. They're like, okay, be here at 1 or whatever. So blah blah blah, driving along. I'm on the outskirts. I live right on the outskirts of South Belfast. So we're talking about just not even a mile, and then I'm in the city. All I know is I'm driving, and all of a sudden I am behind the longest line of cars I've ever seen. I'm like, there's not usually traffic here. What is going on?
No. So,
what should have been...
I think I know where this is going.
No, this is going to be a surprise, because it was a surprise to me. Especially since the Belfast is still kind of under lockdown. So anyway, what should have been, which is essentially about a 15-minute trip to and back, took 30 minutes to get there. Because there was a marathon. Freaking marathon. Which I didn't even know we held those anymore. Because, like I said, it's been locked down for so long. The freaking traffic. The exact road I had to be on was the main road of the marathon.
So you couldn't even drive through it?
So I couldn't drive through it. So I was just sat there, for 30 minutes. I'm a new driver. I'm freaking out. Horns are blaring. I'm also autistic, so all the sounds and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. And then I have to go do it all again here in a couple hours, and it's just
wonderful.
Yeah. It's I was like, well, how did I know there was a marathon on? And then my brain was like, well, you should have went on, Facebook. Well, but I don't want to go on Facebook. Okay, well, you should go on some local news sites. Yeah, but I want to check the website. Well, you should listen to radio. I don't want to listen to radio. It's like, I live in a world where there is just no news.
Let me tell you about a little interesting thing that you have
a television
on a mobile phone. Oh wait, you don't have a mobile phone.
No, don't have a mobile phone. That's what I'm saying. I'm in an island all to myself.
Yeah, but let me tell you this, from when you do have a mobile phone, that the maps on iPhone actually have live traffic updates.
Yes. Well, that would mean I'd have to actually charge and turn on my phone. I'll tell you what though, Pete, here's a funny thing. There was, this is really crazy. There was one thing that said that the Belfast Marathon was on today. And that was, this is ridiculous. That was a package of broccoli and cheese that I eat because it's local. It's a sticker on there that Belfast Marathon
So you were warned about a marathon by cheese and broccoli.
Cheese and broccoli.
And you chose to ignore it. This seems like very vital information that Packer Stilton is trying to tell you.
They shouldn't post important news on packages of broccoli and cheese.
They probably shouldn't, no. That was not the...
That's not the town square.
Ideal use. No. And neither is Twitter, but everyone keeps saying that is.
I know, exactly. But anyway...
I'm not mentioning that.
No, we're like, you see that going, whoop! But, yes, so I was stressed and frustrated, but because traffic is wonderful. But anyway, so that wraps my week up. Well, it will wrap it up after the show, and I have to go pick the person up and go through all that. But hopefully it's cleared now. But I kid you not, there were people walking away from the marathon because it was over. They all had medals, and I'm like, they're massive medals, like huge. And I'm like, did that many people actually finish a marathon? That's pretty cool.
Loads do, actually.
That's
especially
crazy.
If it's like the London Marathon, where it's an open marathon.
Yeah, I think it is.
A medal to basically anyone who finishes.
That's cool. I would never do a marathon because I don't run, but I would kind of want a medal. Can I have a participation trophy?
Moving on. I have thoughts about that, and I'm not going to get myself cancelled as a result.
I know. It's so funny. I'm stirring the pot today. But Pete has...
You really are.
Yeah, I know I have. I almost said cultivated again. Curated a list of news stories, gaming related, so you don't have to hear me keep droning on about nonsense. But curated a list of news stories for us today. Pete.
Actually, I'm not going to say that I did. We did.
Barely.
These are all the news stories we spoke about.
Yeah, I mostly went, yeah.
Well,
Also,
I asked
this
your
happened.
opinion on them, and you went, that'll do. Yeah, we could talk about that.
We're nothing if not a team.
Well, yeah, because I ask your opinion and then just completely ignore it anyway.
That's true. That's 100% true.
That's what happens when you as a boss would know full well that sometimes when you delegate things, it doesn't always go the way you want.
Oh, gosh, yeah. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. But yes, Pete, let us know what you've curated for us this week.
Okay, so continuing the trend of news episodes, and I'm going to say this again, Video Games Chronicle seems to be one of the better outlets out there at the moment, so I'm going to be utilising them as much as possible. I did hear a couple of podcasts this week where people were talking about gamesindustry.biz and VG247 being good outlets, and I couldn't agree with them.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. Anyway, so Video Games Chronicle, very good site, usually. Haven't really seen many inaccuracies on there, which is usually quite nice.
That's good.
Anyway, so we have 6 news stories for you, 3 short ones, 3 longer discussion pieces. The first news story is actually one that we are going to do a major discussion on in the future, and we're looking for people to obviously come and join us. So for those who are obviously not on social media, we're putting a call to arms out on this one. If you know anyone in the video games industry who develops and has worked for a AAA studio, please get them in touch with us because we want to discuss this particular story, which I'll just read the headline. Yuji Naka says he sued Square Enix. It's a disgrace Balan was released in this state. Sony creator accuses the publisher of rushing the release of the 2021 platformer. Yeah. So, we all threw shade at Balan Wonderworld, or Balan Wonderland, or whatever everyone wanted to call it as a joke.
Yep.
Fair, and probably rightly so, because it was not very well received.
It was not at all, yeah.
So, I'm just going to read this story in brief, not going to go into some of the major details, because like I said, we want to discuss this in a major way.
Yep.
So Yuji Naka has claimed that he was removed as the director of Balan Wonderworld 6 months before the heavily criticised game's release, resulting in suing publisher Square Enix. In an explosive series of tweets published on Thursday and translated in full by VGC contributor Robert Sahazen, I think that's how you say it. Yeah. The Sonic the Hedgehog creator was heavily, and I mean heavily, critical of Square Enix and co-developer Arzest for releasing the game in what he believed was an unfinished state.
Right.
He said he is now able to address his departure from Square Enix and the game's reception because the trial has concluded. According to official documents, Naka said the decision to remove him from the project was based on two disputes. His relationship with RZ is said to have broken down because it submitted the final build of the game without fixing a number of known bugs. The other point of contention was when a YouTuber was going to play the piano and publish the score of an in-game song for promotional purposes rather than using the original score. Okay. Game creators are supposed to improve their games until the very end, and I believe it is wrong to prevent them from carrying out this goal, Naka wrote, translated by VGC. I asked my lawyer to negotiate until our business partners, with our business partners, to at least allow me to address the issues on Balan Wonderworld's development until the very end, but they ignored my request, so I ultimately decided to file a lawsuit in court. I'm going to skip some of this because I do want to just put this final sentence on before we move on.
Right.
Because this was, let's just say that this was the golden bullet.
Right.
Therefore, I believe that Square Enix and RZest are companies that care about neither games nor their fans.
Which is
damn.
Yeah, that is a bold statement, and also I would say not inaccurate.
So we were discussing this on Friday where we were doing our planning. So for those who don't know, we do a regular weekly planning meeting where we actually talk about what we're going to discuss this week.
And sometimes we play games.
Sometimes we do, yeah, but most of the time I'm walking, getting fresh air and enjoying the.
I was playing Power Wash Simulator, which is a Square Enix game.
Yeah, it's Square Enix published, isn't it? So
I thought that was funny while we were talking about it.
It was actually. It was pretty ironic, let's say. So yeah, this is very, very interesting. So we were discussing this. Obviously, we'll have a bit more of a further discussion. But I brought up a few projects over the recent times that have been marred in a bit of problems from Square Enix, and these could be points that you could use in favor of fighting the side of Yuji Naka, where classic IPs of Square Enix have been remade or remastered and come out in horrific states.
Yup.
Or in varying degrees of states, let's say, such as the Secret of Mana remake from 2018, the recent Chrono Cross remaster, and a few other projects like that. I think Trials of Mana wasn't exactly well received either.
No, yeah.
But it does show that there appears to be a bit of a problem with Square Enix management, possibly. Obviously, we can only go by the one side of the story that we have got here. But it would be interesting, like I said, to have a discussion on this one. So,
for sure.
Yeah, we're going to shelve this for sure, but just wanted to bring it up because it was probably the biggest news story of the week, actually.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So, did you have any brief thoughts on it?
Well, I don't want to harp on it too much for the obvious reasons, but I do think it's going to be interesting because it sets a precedent for future creators.
Yes.
And I think that's very interesting.
For sure, yeah, it's definitely an interesting point of discussion, which is obviously why we wanted to take it a bit further, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, as someone who's in the creative industry, you're always like, who owns my product? When I say own, I don't even mean, I'm not talking about financially, I'm talking about responsibility for, you know.
You mean IP rights and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's because I don't really mean that. I mean, like, when you take on a project, they say, when you're assigned a project, let's say in corporate, they're like, oh, you take ownership of this. Yeah, Pete, you've probably heard that too, and you're like,
oh, yeah.
And so it's like, so when does my ownership of this project end? And, theirs begins, sort of thing.
Yeah. Of course. So, like I said, warrants much more talk about this one. So, yeah, please do get in touch with us if you know anyone who would like to come and discuss it.
Yes.
Sorry?
I said yes, I agree.
Okay, so it's cut out. Anyway, moving on to the next story. Also, another one that we're probably not going to talk too much about because this is an ongoing story that will probably likely change in a few weeks anyway. So, Activision Blizzard stockholders overwhelmingly vote in favour of Microsoft acquisition. More than 98% of the shares voted to approve the transaction.
Yup, not a surprise at all, to be fair.
And why would that be?
Well, what do you mean?
Money. It's money.
Yeah, okay. I was confused where you're going with that, but yes.
Because most of these shareholders are going to get a bloody payout of all their shares if this gets approved, and they'll get a lot of money out of it too.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So of course they're not gonna turn this away. It's like, who cares what the shareholders think? It's gonna come down to the SEC at this point.
Yeah, which there's really no reason for the SEC to deny the sale. So.
Yeah, but it does keep looking like it's hitting stumbling blocks constantly, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, that's kind of typical. There hasn't been anything that's kind of stood out yet that's made me, as an observer go, uh-oh, maybe we should watch this closer, because whenever there's a giant merger like this, there's always third parties that are like, oh, well, here's my 2 cents, and then the SEC goes, okay, maybe I'll check it out, But...
Yeah, and they have a look at it, then they have to look at, obviously, the deal sheet itself, and look at all the implications of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned it, obviously, in terms of the story, like, back when, that, the SEC are going to be the only ones that will stop this deal.
Yeah.
And in the vast majority of times, it's not like this is creating a monopoly by doing this.
Right,
so
no, there's no...
I can't see any reason why this deal won't go through. Exactly. Unless something else major happens elsewhere.
Yeah, and honestly, I just can't see it,
Look, by major, I think if Sony were to say Sony or Nintendo were to go, yeah, we're out of the console business now, that might have the implication.
That would.
That's probably the only.
You know what's funny that you said that, Pete, is, I kid you not, there was rumors just a couple weeks ago. You're gonna laugh at this, but they were actual real life, like, substantial, not substantiated, but substantial rumors.
Yeah.
Sony was going to look at selling off their video game department.
Console industry. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me actually, and I'm not laughing at it because it's not for them. It's not actually a profitable part of their business.
Right, it's not, and that's the thing. It isn't for Xbox either. But Microsoft is such a giant company. They can, they just work with a loss, because they have a longer term goal. Whereas with Sony, it's a smaller company and it probably needs to turn a profit.
It's also the fact that they have like multiple arms in different parts of businesses as well. So manufacturing of electronics, the fact that they are the pioneers of like music formats as well. That
exactly.
Obviously has completely gone to hell for them over recent times with digital downloading.
Yeah.
So they're probably feeling the pinch across the entire business.
Yeah, well, I would think so, especially in manufacturing.
Because Sony TVs are terrible.
Well, be honest, Sony as a technology company has not been strong for a while.
I know, because I remember many, many, many years ago when I was a kid, that the first time I ever saw a Sony Vaio laptop.
Oh, yeah.
It blew up.
Oh, wow.
The battery blew up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, not a good impression.
Oh my gosh. I used to think they were so futuristic, the Sony Vaios.
They always look nice, but then I put it on my lap and it was like a bloody volcano.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
horrible.
Yeah.
There was also that story many years ago where Sony TVs wouldn't even work with Microsoft consoles and stuff like that.
Gosh. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is now Sony and Microsoft there's parts of each company in each console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you got the Azure game service, like obviously being utilized and being utilized by Sony. Sony are obviously utilizing probably some electronics parts within the Series X and Series S in some way.
Yeah, there was a list on a website back in when they were just releasing the X, and it was really eye-opening to me because you don't hear about that. Mostly you just hear about the console wars, but they are under the hood. There's equal parts of both in both consoles. You know, so there's no reason to fight. We should all be one together.
Sure. I'm not reading this story because I just realised that there's a massive excerpt and quote from one Goblin Meister himself. So I'm not touching that.
I'm not surprised.
Anyway, that story was basically summed up in the headline, the subheader. Anyway, so let's move on to more Microsoft news.
Whoop whoop.
Because I want some speculation here.
Ooh,
obviously.
My favorite. Microsoft and speculation.
Yes. The Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase has been confirmed for June. It promises amazing titles coming from Xbox, Bethesda, and our partners across the world. Sorry, that was a quote.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because we're on an audio medium. See, Kieran's not here.
Yeah.
Pete did air quotes for
I
audio
did,
listeners. Also, we should mention that there's a new logo, which I think the logo tells so much about what the showcase is going to be about.
Yes, it's basically the Xbox logo with a light coming from behind it, like a star or a sun.
Starfield
in space.
baby. Yes. I'm very excited.
Look, I'm just going to say exactly the same thing that I said to Kiley the other day on our call, pretty much verbatim. The game's 6 months from freaking launch. Of course they're going to show it. If they don't, then they've done a disservice.
It's true.
And this is, and if you recall the last news episode that we did, I got particularly heated about Starfield not showing us anything, I got told to calm down.
Chat told him to calm down.
Yes, I got told to calm down, and I said no because the game might be coming to Game Pass. We haven't seen anything with it, so I can't get excited.
I will say I'm excited for this showcase because it's my two favorites. It's Microsoft and Bethesda.
Of course, yeah. Let me read this story.
Yes,
anyway,
do that, and then we'll talk about
speculation of such.
Yeah.
Microsoft has confirmed plans to host its E3 style Xbox and Bethesda. I can't talk today. Showcase event on Sunday, June 12th. The show will feature amazing titles coming from Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and our partners from across the world. It said on Thursday. The Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will include everything that you need to know about the diverse lineup of games coming soon to the Xbox ecosystem, including upcoming releases to Game Pass on Xbox and PC. Yes. That was a quote. The event will start at 10 a.m. PT, so Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, or 6 p.m. British Standard Time, which is most important to our list. No, I'm not saying that really.
No, because most of our listeners are from America. Yeah. U.S. and Canada make up most of our listeners.
I know. So yeah, funny. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. British Time. Will be streamed in over 30 languages on the likes of YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So another one of Microsoft's accessibility and inclusion tactics to mean that most people are able to actually see this in the way that they want to see this.
Yeah, it's really
good.
So
I'm not gonna talk about it. So the only thing that was said, so game director Todd Howard said in November that Bethesda could be expected to offer the next major Starfield reveal this summer ahead of the game's late 2022 release. So essentially, they have pretty much already confirmed that Starfield is going to be there.
Yeah.
So this article finishes by speculating, saying other first-party games that could be shown include Ninja Theory's Hellblade 2, Obsidian's Outer Worlds 2, and Avowed, Rare's Everwild, The Initiative's Perfect Dark, Arcane's Redfall, Undead Lab's State of Decay 3, and Turn 10's Forza Motorsport 8.
I think this is going to be the best showcase in about 2 years.
Sorry?
I think this is going to be one of their best showcases.
It could well be if they play their cards right.
Mm-hmm.
If they play it right.
Is there any... Yeah, okay, Deadbeats just joined us. But is there any mention of Fable though? I was thinking of this the other day.
No.
I've not heard anything about the new.
No, I think there is a reason behind why we haven't seen Fable yet.
Why do you think that?
Because, well, it's being developed by Playground, who are obviously part of Turn 10.
Yep.
And Turn 10 are currently working on the engine for Forza Motorsport. So I think we won't see anything until we see properly Forza Motorsport 8. And then they'll start going, okay, here's the engine in full. Now that it's out and ready, here you go, Fable.
So Deadbeat, what he has said is, I agree with him. It are well overdue for a new title. Yeah, they haven't even released any more DLC or anything.
No, they have. I think they've been making some improvements to Doom Eternal in some ways, but
I wonder if
that feels to me is that they're probably a support studio at the moment until they've got another IP ready to come out.
Would you consider Doom a live service game?
Sorry?
Would you consider Doom, the new, obviously the new Doom, a live service game?
Not even close. Not even close.
It's not much different. I mean, there's no battle pass system, but it's not much different than Halo Infinite right now.
I do get that, but I think the fact that there's a very substantial and heavy single player mode that was the focus of the actual the marketing campaign and the fact that the multiplayer side of things wasn't exactly well advertised before launch either.
Yeah, it's true, but I am thrilled to death with the idea that Starfield's going to be shown off.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Deadbeat does obviously mentions us in the chat. Maybe Xbox shouldn't show a reel of trailers for games that are 3 years off. I agree.
I have to agree with that. And that's why I
said that was exactly why I said it could well be their best showcase.
Right.
If they decide to actually show us stuff that's coming out this year and early next year, like what Nintendo do.
Yeah.
And then have a couple of teases for stuff working on the horizon, basically.
I hope so.
Horizon.
Yeah, okay. That's like one of us has to say it. You did it, Pete.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I'm very, very, very looking forward to Starfield, Avowed, and Outer Worlds. Wild.
Oh, Outer Worlds,
Outer Worlds, too. I cannot say it right for the life of me.
No, because you had the two games that released so close together, Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds.
Yes.
And they're they're both sci-fi like games, but very different premises, of course.
True, yeah. And stuff, but
yeah.
Pete, want to catch up chat?
Yeah, I do think that this VGC article have probably got the nail on the head with some of the predictions, because obviously Redfall's coming out this summer, so
I forgot about Redfall. We have to try that. That's on Game Pass, isn't it?
It will be coming to Game Pass, so I'm going to be playing the heck out of it once it comes out.
Well, me, and Kieran should at least try.
Oh yeah, we definitely will. So,
yeah.
I'm not too sure what else they could probably show, really, other than the stuff that they've already pretty much stated. I do think the Perfect Dark's too far away to be able to be shown, especially since that article came out where they were struggling in a big way.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, Deadbeat's got a good point. Double Fine should show something off.
What would they show off? Do they have any rumors in the mill?
I don't know, but they're clearly working on something.
Well, they have to be. I mean, they have to be.
So he said they usually have a few titles on the boil.
Well, I would like to see them release something. I read the other day, and I think I told you this, Pete, I can't remember, but I saw a bunch of people who had got their hands on, supposedly, remember everything's a rumor, supposedly on Starfield, like a demo, and they were completely trashing it. But as I started to dig deeper down the rabbit hole, it was like Sony connected people and Sony ponies and stuff like that. So I don't know that I can reliably go on what they say.
But this is the problem with like rumors and hearsays and all that sort of thing. There are some people out there who have an agenda, and they're not exactly reporting the quote facts, let's say.
I will say that I am most excited for Starfield, if you couldn't tell. Starfield and then Outer Wilds too. And then Avowed. I want all 3 of them.
I'm not going to say that I'm excited about Starfield. I am kind of excited about Starfield, but I need to see it first.
Yeah.
Because if it scratches that sci-fi itch, then I'm all over it.
Well, my concern...
I have trepidations, obviously, about them using the bloody creation engine again.
Yeah, I think all that's, has been trashed. But my concern for you, Pete, and then we'll go chat, because there's some stuff in there, is that you're not the biggest fan of Skyrim, correct? You've not played it, right? And then...
I played Oblivion, but I didn't play Skyrim.
Yeah, and then Fallout 4 you played a little bit of, correct? A little bit?
Smallest amount. I played more 3 than I did anything. And I liked 3.
Yeah, 3 is pretty good. I have a feeling that you could predict what Starfield's going to be based on smushing Skyrim and Fallout 4 together. And then
I know that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's sci-fi. I love sci-fi stuff.
So I love all.
I think that could...
I like fantasy and sci-fi, but...
Yeah, but that's my thing. Like, so sci-fi is more my thing than fantasy. So I think I'm probably... And admittedly, post-apocalyptic is not particularly my kind of bag either. So Fallout was never really going to scratch my itch.
Right, and it's so mine. Oh, I love post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, whereas sci-fi is definitely the one thing I'm more interested in. So
maybe this will be it then. Yeah.
So it might be, if it does play like a typical Bethesda Game Studios game, it might be the sci-fi that keeps me as interested as anything.
It's going to be full of so many bugs. It's going to be wonderful.
You mean space bugs?
Oh my gosh, yes, it'll be space bugs. Oh, yes, goodness.
Let's move on, shall we? But basically, I have covered most of the chat of what Deadbeat said in there anyway, so... But, yeah, basically, the long and the short of it was that Double Fine should have something to show off, as they usually have a few titles on the boil, like Kotame Quest.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest. Never heard of it. I can't say I'm the biggest...
I like Double Fine games.
I can't say that I've played that many of them, to be fair. I know most of the work that was done, obviously, with LucasArts, obviously.
Right. Oh, did you see there's like a new Monkey Island coming out?
Yeah, well happy.
That was a cool teaser because it was like playing music or something.
Yeah, it's the original voice and one of the original creators has come back for it as well. It's only Tim Schafer who hasn't.
So funny to me because people are crazy about that game, and I like it's okay, but the people like you, Pete, who love it, you guys love it. It's like part of your childhood and stuff like that. I don't know if it's because it's more British, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it's very British, like, British sensibility and the humor and all that as well.
Yeah. Whereas for me, it was like, oh, it's a good game.
I mean, they're obscure. They're obscure, and you require a bloody strategy guide to actually play them. But they're great.
Yeah, that's very true. But
okay, so we're going to move on to
swiftly moving on.
Yes, we're going to move on to some other stories. Which the first one we're going to talk about, whilst these are bigger stories, this one is probably a shorter, more another discussion point that we could have in the future. Ubisoft stock jumps 11% amid fresh takeover reports. The Assassin's Creed publisher is reportedly attracting takeover interest. Who could have guessed this one coming?
Yeah.
No one? No one? Just me? No. No, everyone? Yep, that's
everyone.
True. Yeah, everyone. So Ubisoft's stock price has jumped by 11% on Friday, following fresh claims that the Assassin's Creed company, they do more than Assassin's Creed, for Christ's sakes. So I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. It's attracting takeover interest. According to a Bloomberg report, several private equity firms, including Blackstone Inc. and KKR and Co., have been studying the game's publisher per its sources, so that they've essentially gone in and checked their books.
Right.
So, this is a quote. Ubisoft hasn't entered into any serious negotiations with potential acquirers, and it is unclear whether the major shareholder is willing to pursue a deal, the publication said. Ubisoft declined to comment on any takeover interest, which means that they're considering it and probably not discussing it at the moment in public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then goes into some of their back catalogue, and I'm not willing to talk about that.
No.
Because most of this is now then talking about the acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Buying Zynga and yeah. Anyway, what does this mean?
I think.
I know what it means.
What do you mean? What does it mean?
What does this mean? Because Ubisoft don't only just create their own games, but they also are publishers for licensed games.
Right.
Such as Mario and Rabbids.
Oh.
So if they're bought out by a major company, then they won't be working on things like Mario and Rabbids with Nintendo anymore.
Right.
Obviously, that contract is already done. You know, they would need to finish that project before, you know. But it means that if they were to be acquired by Microsoft or Sony, then the Mario and Rabbids series is completely done. Yeah. Even if the second game is a success. You know, they have a lot of games that come to other platforms as well. So what's to say that they're not going to keep coming to those platforms anymore?
That's very true. It's a good point, actually. But as we've said, in the future, Microsoft will own all.
Well, I think one of the big three will own pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Don't you dare, Debbie. Don't you dare. I think he said Mario and Rabbids free on Game Pass. One, that would never happen because if you happen to watch the Xbox documentary and also some stories that came out, Microsoft aggressively tried to purchase Nintendo back in the early 2000s and got laughed out of that meeting. Laughed by Nintendo. So that's not likely to happen. But I think if Microsoft were to purchase Ubisoft, that relationship with Nintendo would probably more than likely continue. Whereas if it was Sony, probably not.
That's
and Nana said hello. Howdy.
Oh, howdy.
What do you reckon?
I think Ubisoft, for it to continue and to be successful, as in profitable, it's going to have to sell itself. Somebody's got to buy it. Activision, I think it's just very similar to the whole Activision thing. It's been hammered with, not just rumors, actual charges and lawsuits and stuff like that. And so I think the way to protect that is somebody's going to have to buy it.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, if one of your major game directors decides to leave to become a farmer, then you know that there's a problem.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm talking about Yves Guillemot.
Now, all of his creations, they're owned by Ubisoft, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
So
Beyond Good and Evil and stuff like that.
Exactly, which we've all been waiting for a sequel to. So I do wonder if someone buys the full IP, whole catalog and stuff. I wonder if we might actually see some of those.
Nana said that game is cancelled. It's not been officially cancelled just yet, but we kind of... It's in pretty hot water.
It's cancelled
kind of like Skull
enough.
And Bones.
Yeah.
It's in limbo.
Yeah, which is never a good sign. So...
No, never usually is.
I think... sometimes I hate when companies are bought out. Wasn't a big fan that Obsidian got bought. And I was not a fan that Bungie got bought by Sony.
Yeah. Because it wasn't bought by Microsoft.
I sometimes wonder if I would have been happier. But...
You would have been.
Maybe. But Ubisoft is one of those companies where they've been in such rough waters. I want to see them bought by someone.
Yep, yeah. I think so. I don't usually like to see that kind of thing, but they need fresh change.
Yep, 100%.
Bold prediction.
What?
Probably not bold, actually, but a prediction nonetheless.
What?
If anyone's buying them, it's Sony. And if Sony buy them, they're doing the Bethesda thing. Oh, not the Bethesda thing, the Bungie thing.
I have to...
They'll remain mostly independent, I reckon.
I have to admit that Sony feels, if we're going on fifis and not, necessarily logic, but Sony feels the better choice for Ubisoft, just because their games catalog has always done so much better on Sony.
Yeah, I would say mostly, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
mostly.
Let's move away from this story because we talked about this a little bit.
I know.
And I think we didn't go into...
I'm running out of steam.
But speaking of Sony...
Oh, darn, I thought it was going to be Steam. But yes.
No. Sony has confirmed it's blocked PS Plus and PS Now subscription stacking.
Yeah.
In future, vouchers will convert to time equivalent to their subscription tier. Oh, this was an absolute mess of a story, so this could require some explanation.
Yeah.
So, a few weeks ago, obviously, we heard the news that the Project Spartacus had been officially revealed as the PS Plus tier system.
Yeah.
Which was the PS Plus Basic, Premium, and... What's the other one?
Like Elite.
Jesus, what's the middle one called?
We did the same exact thing a few weeks ago.
We did, yeah. I know that I made a joke about it as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I made it as like the first tier was basic, so it was called the basic bitch, and and I can't remember what the next one was. But anyway, the premium tier is the most expensive. So
yeah.
The basically merging PS Plus with PS Now and have a free tiered subscription model that is reasonably expensive, let's say. But I'll read the story and we can obviously talk about this a little bit more. So, Sony has confirmed it's disabled PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now subscription stacking ahead of the revamp of its membership system this summer. In an update to its official PS Plus FAQ page made on Friday, the platform holder claimed it had blocked subscriptions stacking temporarily, in air quotes, and confirmed that going forwards, any voucher codes will be redeemable. Until after an existing membership expires. That's crap.
It's very crap.
Yeah. In addition, Sony said that the existing subscribers for existing subscribers, vouchers will now convert to time equivalent to the monetary value of their subscription. For example, a 1-month PS Plus voucher will provide access to approximately free... Oh, that was it. It's the extra tier, because I said that's a bit extra.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, approximately to 3 weeks of PlayStation Plus Extra, or approximately 2.5 weeks of PlayStation Plus Premium. A 1-month PlayStation Now voucher will provide access to approximately 3 weeks of PlayStation Plus Premium.
So anti-consumer.
So, as we prepare to launch the new PS Plus membership service, we are doing some work behind the scenes to make the transition as smooth as possible for all our existing members. As part of this work, we've temporarily disabled stacking memberships for existing customers until after the launch. Rest assured that your voucher code is still valid, and you will be able to redeem your code either when your existing membership expires and deactivates, or after the new PS Plus service launches in your area, whichever happens first. It then adds, if you currently have PS Plus or PS Now membership, due to changes we are making... due to the changes we are making to the service prior to launch, you won't be able to redeem a voucher code for that service until your existing membership expires and deactivates. Ugh.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the long and the short of it. So, I want to bring up something that I brought up to you the other day, and I thought this was an interesting point of discussion, of course.
Sure.
Because we've seen this before. We saw a service go from one service to another that allowed subscription stacking to the point where the vast majority of people picked up multiple years for around £1.
Yes.
That was Xbox Game Pass.
Yep.
Now, Microsoft, a trillion dollar company, clearly looked at that and went, well, you know, whatever. Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
It's $1 billion, like, it's multi-billions dollars. Like,
well,
who
didn't
gives a crap? They could have
didn't
very
they start
easily...
to, and then people complained, and they were like,
No, I don't think they ever did. I think
right.
they just... Because they said,
just wasn't
as
a
part
big
of their
deal.
promotion...
Yeah.
There you go. Deadbeat has said, I'm still subbed until 2024.
Yeah.
So... And then Nana put, Game Pass is mentioned, Kieran sneezes.
Suddenly he pops up and comes on.
Oh, whoa. I heard you talking about Game Pass.
Have you, do you know what Game Pass is? Why, let me tell you. But,
Yeah, so Microsoft had done this. They allowed this. It was even a feature for them to say, get your first few months for £1, or convert your subscriptions for £1, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, like, how they did that. And I thought it was a big brain move, because it got people interested in the service. People to convert their gold membership to Game Pass, and Game Pass Ultimate, of course, as a result.
It's called brand loyalty. Good money.
And not only that, keeps them in the ecosystem for a lot longer.
Exactly, that's brand loyalty, and that's...
I know, yeah, but it's not just the Xbox side; it's the PC side as well. Like, that ecosystem is a Microsoft ecosystem, clearly. So they, you know,
I like what...
I know. I'm trying to ignore it because So I will mention it now that you have. So Kool-Aid Kieran bursting through the wall. Game Pass. Anyway, but yeah, like, for Sony to turn around and look at I know they've never once said that this is a Game Pass competitor.
Right.
We know this is a Game Pass competitor, and they have essentially done what is... I said it as the other day. I said this was anti-consumer. I don't think it's anti-consumer, but it's not a good move. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying, that it's not anti-consumer, but because I'm so maybe hypersensitive to the consumer, I would say I'm hypersensitive, then my first thought is, it's anti-consumer, but no, you're correct. It's not really anti, but it is pro-Sony, which...
Oh, it's definitely pro-corporation rather than pro-customer.
Which, you know, they should be pro-profit, I guess, and everything. It's just that, I don't know, it's such a dick move.
The problem is that it's a balancing act, isn't it? It's like you have to balance out profits and budget with, you know, reputation and sales.
Yeah.
You can't keep everyone happy, which is the unfortunate side of things. So really, if you keep your consumer happy, and they sell and they don't sell quite as much, then your business side is going to be affected.
Yeah.
But if you make business moves that are going against the consumer, then the consumer are just not going to eat that up and just go, well, no, we're not going to touch that.
And that is what Netflix is experiencing. So there's a lesson. Yeah, well, there's a lesson for everyone out there. You have to please your customer base and also your shareholders, and you can't choose one or the other, because then the whole system implodes.
Yeah. It's a balancing act for sure. And yeah, I don't want to go on to this too much because
we're running out of time and I'm tired.
We're running out of time, and also this next story is the big. It's huge because there's so many layers.
That's what she said.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm not fond of this move by Sony, to be honest. I think this is a big dick move by them, and it, like, considering all the stuff that we've seen to do with Project Spartacus or PS Plus Basic, you know, and all that. This isn't a good launch already. Like, they haven't even launched yet. I haven't even launched the service, and it's already got a bad reputation.
I mean, for the last 2 years, I'd say 2 to 3 years, nothing Sony has done. I mean, we even did a show about it. Early days, we did a show about it. Nothing Sony has done has felt on target. It's all felt chaotic and last minute and just thrown, you know, and it's just like, what are you doing, Sony? What's your plan? It's like there's no plan. You know? Yeah,
I'm sure we had this discussion very, very early on when they revealed the PS5, didn't they?
Yeah.
And we said it was like chaotic. It was all over the place, and they didn't even show the console to start. And
yeah, and because of the chip shortage and everything, they've never seemed to have gotten back on a definable track, and you can't do that in business.
Nah, definitely not for sure. But I don't want to say that I don't want them to get back on track, because I would, because healthy competition is good. In this industry, within any industry.
Yeah.
And Sony are good for the industry in that respect, because if all we had was Microsoft, then that's not good, is it?
Right.
But yeah, so I want them to get back on track, but they're not really doing anything to make me want to upgrade to this new service. No. At this rate, I'm literally just gonna. I might not even renew my PS Plus subscription next year, because I barely play online, and I don't know. Cloud saves is kind of like, as nice as it is to have the cloud saves when I move from the PS4 to the PS5, I don't really take my PS5 elsewhere, so I'm not really going to need cloud saving, am I? Unless obviously it breaks down.
I still haven't bought a PS5.
And I'm not paying £60 a year to have cloud saving that should be built in at an OS level.
I agree.
So, anyway, let's go to the three-tiered story that we have here.
Okay.
And anyone who knows me, I love a retro game.
Yep.
So this story was obvious that it was going to be brought up. Confirmed. Sonic Origins is out in June, with new areas, mission mode, and more. Now, I have a minor little problem with this. And Kylie heard this already.
I did.
The incredible misreporting by a lot of outlets and YouTubers and podcasters alike that all said this got revealed. Wrong. This was revealed on the Sonic 30th anniversary live stream a few years ago. Yes. It got delayed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't revealed, it was re-revealed.
Yes, re-revealed.
Minor run, over. So the retro compilation will include new animations and a museum. So.
Right. Oh, here we go.
But, like I said, this is a three-tiered story, so I'm just going to read this and then read all the crap that happened around it, because believe you me, the poo-poo hit the fan on this one. God, I hate being safe for work podcast.
I know. Sometimes. Well, I was sitting here going, this is, you're saying it's a tiered, thing, and I was like, yeah, it's a shite sandwich. Is what I was gonna say, and then I was like, "Wait, no, I can't say."
So yeah, this is a turd sandwich, where the meat is turd and the bread is turd too. So let's move on. So a listing for Sonic Origins has appeared on the Australian and New Zealand PlayStation Store. So I believe this is part of the original story that got updated. Product description reveals that each of the classic retro Sonic games will be included a brand new opening and ending animations, and will include classic and anniversary modes. Update. Sega has officially announced. There you go. There's the misreporting. Has officially announced Sonic Origins and confirmed a June release date. So there's a nice little trailer there and a big load of screenshots there. As usual. They even put in bold here. Original story continues. Classic mode will show the game. In its original resolution and have limited lives like it did in the 16-bit era. Anniversary mode, meanwhile, will give the player infinite lives and present the game in a new widescreen resolution. Nice, you would say, I guess?
Yeah.
Origins will also include missions, which will allow players to collect collect coins, sorry.
Oh, that's right. That's where we got,
You can understand why I said rings.
Yep, I can. I know what's coming, but yes.
These can be spent in the game's museum mode to unlock new content, challenges, and special stages. The listing on the PlayStation app also appears to imply that a physical release is planned, as it makes reference to owners of the PS4 disc being able to upgrade to the PS5 version. So the games included on this are Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. For the first time in a very, very long time, they're actually remastering Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Finally! But this is where the goodness. Oh, so right. The compilation was originally announced in May 2021. They even include this part of the story, for Christ.
They told on themselves.
This is why I hate journalists sometimes, because they can't get their facts straight. They don't do research. And this is coming from an outlet I like.
Yes, that's very true.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, so I'm not going to read the rest of this story because you can hear in my voice that the disappointment started to set in almost immediately after.
Yeah.
Including Sonic Origins, locks modes, character animations, and more behind DLC.
Yep. There's the
Free
kicker.
DLC packs seem to be required for certain modes and features.
There's the kicker right there. Yeah. They've gone EA. Sega has gone EA.
I'm getting to that.
Okay, sorry.
So, Sega has confirmed that specific modes, features, and even visual elements in Sonic Origins will be locked away as premium editions.
That's so wrong!
In a new table on the game's website, it's revealed that there are 3 separate DLC packs which each adds new features.
That is so wrong.
And do you want to know the worst part of this?
What's that?
For $40, the basic version is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just without the DLC.
Oh, cry. While the standard $39.99 edition of Sonic Origins includes the main game itself, players will also need the Start Dash Pack, Premium Fun Pack, and Classic Music Pack if they want everything the game has to offer.
That makes me so angry. No.
The Start Dash Pack is, air quotes for listeners,
yes,
free DLC, but it's only included if players pre-order the game, while the other 2 are paid DLCs. So, things included in the Start Dash Pack: 100 bonus coins. Coins! Anyway.
Wait, Nana, that's coming up. Don't worry.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
We will be talking about that.
Pre-tiered story. Yep. So, mirror mode, letterbox background of the Mega Drive design. I'm glad they said Mega Drive and not Genesis, because Genesis is a crap name.
No, it's not. It's way better.
Because it's not a Genesis for them, because that was a Master System. The Premium Fun Pack, hard missions, 11 in total. Letterbox backgrounds, 10 designs. Character animations on the main menu.
That's so wrong!
Camera control over the main menu islands. Character animations during music islands.
So wrong. Yep.
And the classic music pack, additional music tracks from the Mega Drive and Genesis titles, 73 in total, from Sonic Spinball, Knuckles Chaotix, and Sonic 3D Blast. It's not yet clear if it's possible to unlock mirror mode and hard missions through normal gameplay, and if the DLC just unlocks them instantly, or whether the DLC is the only way to obtain them. Now, there is one thing that has been missing from this that they haven't listed in here, which was the biggest thing that absolutely pissed me off. Animations. They have animations between each games that actually tells the story between each of the games, which was never shown in the original games, which would be a nice reason to actually buy this.
Yep.
And they're locking it behind the crappy paywall.
Because it's cutscenes that blend all 3 together, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So they actually tell the story between all of the 4 games. So between Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles, and CD.
That's very important to Sonic fans. You know, the consistency of the stories. Not the consistency, but the connection.
We know there's a connection, obviously. We always knew it. But it was mostly, we had to determine it from the...
you had to...
You know, back in the day. the old instruction books where they used to tell you all the stories, which is great.
Back in the day.
Yeah, so to millennial people who may not know what that is,
Pete, we are millennials.
Used to, no, I meant, people, sorry, okay, Gen Zers then, or people who are born before 2000, or born after 2000. Yes, Kieran, I'm including you in this one too. Instruction booklets were things that used to come with games. They used to tell stories. They used to tell you how to play the game and such.
Yeah.
They don't have those anymore.
No.
So having a cutscene between them would have been great compromise. But who puts it behind a digital deluxe version?
Yeah. Behind a paywall.
SEGA do. That's why.
And then,
the kicker to all of this, the absolute kicker to all of this, and you can see why I'm so furious about this.
And then I'm
laughing because I'll cry otherwise. Sega is delisting the Sonic games included in the Sonic Origins collection, including Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. Yes. The digital versions of the standalone games included in Sonic Origins will be removed from sale ahead of the collection's release. Sega said on Tuesday that it plans to delist Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic CD on May 20th. However, Sonic 1 and 2 will, however, remain available via SEGA Ages for Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
And Sonic 2 will still be playable via the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis for Nintendo Switch Expansion Pass.
Mm-hmm. But not on Steam.
But the original standalone versions of the titles will no longer be available from Xbox, PlayStation, or PC digital marketplaces.
It's gone. They're delisting it from everywhere. I don't understand it. I cannot believe it. And they must have some kind of contract with Nintendo, and that's why it's still there. Well,
yeah, they do because of the expansion pass, obviously.
Right.
They included the Genesis or Mega Drive games on the expansion pass when they included the N64 stuff as well. But that makes sense in some respects.
Mm-hmm.
But keeping the Sega Ages ones up, that makes no sense. I don't get it. But I'm going to have to do something that's going to annoy me myself to do so.
What's that?
But I'm going to have to do it. So bear with me whilst I do this.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay.
Fuck you, Sega.
Oh, no.
You anti-consumer pieces of shit. This is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard out of anything. And why are you taking the note out of fucking Ubisoft and Activision's book, you absolute...
And EA.
Idiots.
Mm-hmm.
You're 4 or 5, however you call it, because some people consider Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles separate games. I don't. They are a cohesive package for me. How are you going to do this? Your 5 or 4 most iconic games of all time, and you're going to lock everything that people actually want with them behind a paywall. And not only that, not even giving people the option to play the original versions.
Yeah.
Because we have a filter on the new Origins collection. Go fuck yourself, Sega.
I hope you're noting these down, Pete.
Sorry?
I hope you're noting all these honks down.
That's why I put the all-encompassing one at the beginning.
Right, okay.
Arseholes, honestly. Absolute arseholes. And believe you me, and when I say this, I damn well mean it.
Mm-hmm.
You lost a customer, Sega. I was going to buy this. I won't now.
I don't understand the logic. I'm not a big Sonic. Like, I enjoy Sonic. It was part of my childhood. I think Sonic 2 was probably the first game. Well, no, Mario was definitely the first game I ever played, but Sonic 2 was the one that I, like, consistently was mine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's part of my childhood, but I'm not, like I know... Well, Pete's a huge fan, obviously, and there's others out there, and I don't understand the logic. Like, I don't understand
There is no logic. There's no logic in this. This is just greed. It's just pure greed, done nothing else.
It's
and
silly.
It is so infuriating. The amount of crap that the Sonic fans have had to endure over the years because Sega don't know how to handle this property.
Yeah.
And they've had lukewarm to tepid to absolutely diabolical releases come out, like, since the transition to 3D.
Yeah.
And yet the only goodwill that they actually made out of all of this was giving Christian Whitehead the chance to make Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
And he made a better game than Sega ever did.
Yeah, because that's the one that everybody loves, isn't it?
Yeah. It was the Sonic Saturn game that we should have had on the Saturn, but it just never happened. So to actually give community members and modders who had worked on Sega games or Sonic games like ports, to actually give them an original game made so much sense.
Right.
And yet they've got this incredible developer there with Headcanon and Christian Whitehead, like I said. They could have got them to do this.
Yeah. I agree.
What is wrong with them? Honestly.
I think it's like you said, it's greed. Greed makes
We end the show now. I'm angry.
We actually do need to wrap it up pretty soon.
I know.
We're at an hour and a half.
No, honestly, like, this got me angry the other day when we were
I know it did.
And I said to save all of this, didn't I? And I've basically said everything I said on the...
Oh my gosh, you did. Yeah, you quit. You literally, I kid you not, audience. Pete literally quit mid-rant, just stopped himself and went, you know what? I think I'm going to save this for something.
No, because I didn't want to get...
It was like a faucet. You just turned it up. Yeah. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to save this for Sunday. I was like, okay.
I was like, no, I think the words were, you know what? This is good content for Sunday. I'm going to stop myself here.
Yeah. But chat's popping off.
We've got a couple of comments as well. So yeah, but it's now made me officially angry again, despite forgetting about this 2 days ago. 2 days ago. So thanks, Sega, you ruined my weekend. Cheers, mate. Cheers. So right. So Nana started this off and said, I wish they did this with the modern 3D style games because God, they are classic. They are still classic pandering, in my opinion. Sorry, hang on, wait, because this came up in this week as well. Oh my God. Sonic Adventure is not a good game anymore.
Oh yeah, Pete was saying that. That's right.
Sonic Adventure 2 is not a good game anymore either.
Oh my goodness.
Even the DX version's terrible. Look, 3D Sonic has had a bad time.
I tried to play.
Had a real bad time.
I tried to play. Was Sonic Adventures the first? That was the first 3D one.
It was the one on Dreamcast, yeah.
No. Whichever one came on the Wii. Which one?
Sonic
was that?
Unleashed.
Okay, Sonic Unleashed. That's the one I attempted to play. That was the one and only 3D Sonic I ever attempted, and it was terrible. I'll say the controls. Let me say the controls were terrible.
No, I take umbrage with that one because actually Unleashed is probably one of the better games in it.
Oh gosh.
But they ruined half of that game by putting the damn werehog in it.
Oh yes, that's the one.
The actual Sonic areas themselves are fluid, they play well, and they are graphically sound. They are fun.
I could not make this jump and it just frustrated me.
Yeah,
and then,
so Nana has actually clarified and said, oh, I never liked those. I was talking about Unleashed, Colors, and Generations.
Generations was
had
good.
An update recent.
I don't know what Colors is, but Generations was good.
Yeah, Sonic Colors was a Wii and 3DS game, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
But they have just re-released it on modern consoles.
Right.
Yeah. Generations is great, though.
I like Generations.
You don't need an update for it. If you have an Xbox, it's backwards compatible.
Boop, boop.
Unleashed does need it, though.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I was watching a video the other day where someone had said, Sega make Unleashed backwards compatible, you cowards.
Oh,
and
gosh.
It was like, oh, that's funny. Anyway, so yeah, look. Oh God, I know I'm gonna cop some slack for that, for calling Adventure a bad game, because Adventure is a bad game.
Everyone's got opinions.
Look, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna post it up on the Rapid Reviews Twitter page.
Great.
The absolutely hilarious voice acting by Knuckles in that game is
just
beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. I literally can't. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Can't get it out of my head now. Just some of those lines of dialogue is so funny.
It's awful, audience. I am not kidding you. I'll tell you what, if you're like me and you like to just throw crap on in the background while you're working, do Game Grumps version of all that, because...
Yeah, you definitely should. That's hilarious.
Aaron you think Pete is angry Sonic fan? Aaron...
No, he's intense.
Aaron is Pete times a million. But he's saying everything that you're saying, Pete. So he feels exactly the same. Yeah, it's like he feels exactly the same way you do. He just goes way over.
But if you actually want something good related to Sonic, go watch Sonic Unleashed, because it is an absolute classic meme video, honestly. It's so good.
If you ever watch Sonic, you have to. You have to. But anyway.
Oh, God. I might even go and watch it after this podcast is done, just for a good laugh to cut through this crap.
Yep.
So, Nana then put straight afterwards, what? No! In block capitals, of course. And then he put, just go get the Steam versions of all the Mega Drive collection. Those are always cheap and always on sale too.
Yeah.
Nana, I have to say, badly aged comments. Not no more than that. Deadbeat put uncompromised music and widescreen support. Uncompressed, sorry. So there is a decent difference between the delisted versions and the new release. It's a strange move.
It is. I have to agree.
Ooh, interesting. Cancelled Sonic Mania 2, which was originally codenamed Origins.
Isn't there a Sonic Origins?
Sorry?
Isn't there a Sonic Origins?
This is what this collection is called.
Oh, that's why. Okay. It's like, that sounds familiar. Oh, God. I'm tired, Pete. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm banging my head against the wall there. Literally. Like, I have a wardrobe next to me and I just bang my head against it. Now, you can see what I have to deal with here.
Yes.
Goldfish.
Yes, this is typical. It took me a second to understand what you meant by goldfish. But...
Oh my God.
What were we talking about? No, I'm kidding.
So
but yes,
Nana then put, I think got Stealth to do a new version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He said so on Twitter. Yeah, they have got some decent people working on some of the assets for it, which is great.
Oh, that's good to hear.
But it's the incredible mismanagement by Sega and Sonic team across this entire project that is just poor as hell. To be honest, the amount of times I've sorry, I have to read this again. Nana put, to be honest, the amount of times I've gotten about Sonic is too much.
Gotten wrong about Sonic?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's missing a word or it's
gotten
something.
Poop
anyway.
About Sonic.
Right. Okay. So, a bit of self-censorship on this one. Thanks, Punk. Gotta love it. Still don't have my Skies of Arcadia port. See you next Tuesdays. I mean, I feel that too. Like, I know you want that Skies of Arcadia port, and I know a lot of people who do, so... We all know that Sega are cowards. They won't do it. So... Yeah. Nana put, oh, I never liked those. Lol. I was talking about Unleashed Generations Colors. Yep, we got that. I got that game for free, and I never finished it, because God, the controls. And then he clarified and put, I meant gotten mad. My bad, though.
Oh, right. The amount of times I've gotten mad about
He's gotten mad about Sonic far too much. And Nana, me and you share that alike. Yeah. Because Sonic is like that child. It's like that child. You're not... I'm starting to go towards the point of, I'm not mad anymore. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
but
dear.
I'm still mad. Like, this time I'm mad. Next time it might be disappointment. So...
At least you have the movies. I think that's a show.
Yeah, I was meant to mention the movies are actually like good faith things, you know.
Yeah, isn't Sonic 2 movie like
no. I've got to mention something quickly. Something I saw on Twitter that absolutely infuriated me with this as well.
Right, okay.
And this would annoy you too.
All right.
Somebody turned around and tagged the original voiceover artist for Sonic.
Oh.
In the cartoons. And said, Ben Schwartz is a better Sonic than you.
Oh, they shouldn't do that.
What a dick.
That is so mean. Don't be mean,
What
people.
A dick.
Don't do that.
And no, he's not a bad Sonic. Roger is an amazing Sonic, man.
Yeah. It's just different takes.
Yeah, it is a different take. And I actually really appreciate the article and the interview that Ben Schwartz had done when it came to Sonic and saying that when it came to originally voicing the character, he said the way he is, he's basically an excited child, so I played it with that kind of energy.
Right.
And it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I quite like that, actually.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the guy actually does care about the character.
Oh, definitely.
To say that he's a better Sonic
than
the original voiceover artist from the cartoons, it's like, come on, man.
Don't do that.
Different interpretations.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna do it for us because I didn't sleep last night and I'm gonna start saying really crazy things here. But
Nana's just chased us up and put Ben Schwartz isn't Sonic.
I mean, I guess I don't really think of Ben Schwartz and then immediately, believe it or not, I don't immediately connect him with Sonic. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I agree. I don't do the same, but
I just think of Parks and Rec is all I think of, but
I didn't watch enough of Parks and Rec to get to that point, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, because he's... Oh, Pete. Wait, when you say you got bored of it, now the first series is very boring, the first season.
Exactly.
Did you make it past the first season?
I think you know that I didn't.
Okay. You need to make it past the first season, because that first season is terrible.
Look, if The Walking Dead could barely get me past the first season when it was only 6 episodes, then I'm not going to enjoy a 24-episode sitcom that wasn't really that funny anyway.
It became funny, though, but it was terrible that first season. But we are going to end this show, and then we'll talk about
24 episodes for something to become good.
Yes. Well, see, they changed the format. They went to improv after that. That was scripted, and then they went to improv. And as soon as they went to improv, everybody's actual talent got to come out, and it was hilarious.
Okay, I can respect that, but improv comedy is not always my greatest thing.
I was going to say, you have to like improv, which I adore improv comedy, but that is a specific taste. Like, some people don't.
I do get it, but I find that improv comedy, when done well, is very good.
Oh, Anchorman? Oh.
Exactly my point.
But Anchorman 2 is not great. So.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
I can see that. Average at best. Zoolander 2, utterly horrendous.
No. Yeah.
You know, and what you find is that most movie star comedians like that do improv comedy
are high
don't do it well.
It's because, I mean, it's honest. If we're being
Seth Rogen.
honest, I don't like it.
Exactly.
Him.
But I'll tell you about something I heard about that the other day anyway, so I want to tell you about that.
We'll wrap up the show so we can do all this natter online. Online? So, on stream.
Right. Tell everyone where they can find you.
I am coming to you live from
Belfast. From the basement.
I was going to say from a resort in Antarctica surrounded by penguins, which is funny because I don't think penguins live in Antarctica. I think they live in the Arctic.
Usually.
But these are special penguins that I genetically modified to live with me. Spliced their DNA with panda.
Mr. Popper?
Oh gosh. But you can find me out there in the Twitterverse. Mostly tweeting about being autistic, because I'm back on that kick again. At Kiley to Greet, KILAYTEHGREET, and that's me on Twitter. And then Pete, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Pete Beckett1, which is spelled BCKETT, and the number 1.
Boop, boop.
You can also hear me on other podcasts, including The Never Watchers, which shirked my responsibility pretty hard with that recently. I need to edit an episode, and things have been bad, like I said at the beginning of the show. So
well, tomorrow's a
trying to
big
get
holiday.
back to some degree of normality.
Yeah,
so I should get that out soon.
Yeah. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. We have enjoyed having you guys here with us, both our audience that watches us and our audience that listens to us. You guys are awesome, and you make this worth it. Thanks for spending your time with us. So...
Yeah, as is the wrap-up, I think you used to do before, didn't you? Was you chose to spend your time with us. Like
you can choose it with anyone, and you chose to do it with... You know why I stopped doing that? You're going to laugh.
Because Call Me Kevin stole it?
Yes! It isn't that he stole it, because I really don't think he listens. Although, sometimes I wonder. But...
Oh, it's giving more credence to the theory, though, isn't it?
It really does, and it was like, well, you know... Or maybe just... Kevin and I think alike, and we have very similar brains, which is good. I wish.
Or you'll find that 5 years' time that he gets done for plagiarism by loads of people.
No. Go watch Call Me Kevin.
You hope not.
But anyway. Thanks, you guys. This is the longest outro we've ever done. But thank you for joining us. And we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
And this ends Le Podcasty. I'm so tired.
I know you are.
In case our audience doesn't know, I didn't sleep last night, and I have a headache. So I am like, woo! Boo, 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 boo.
Of course. So are you going to go and cook yourself something to eat and then go and get some rest?
Yeah, well, I've got to go pick up a person from work. And see, I think we said this off air, but nope, not reading that out loud.
Deadbeat.
Do not read that, Pete. Do not.
Call Me Kevin gets done for touching kids. Nope. Deadbeat. What's the odds on that? Because I might be interested in a $5 on that one.
I am now the taxi service for everyone I know because I drive now. And I'm ignoring chat because we're going to get arrested and thrown in jail and done for slander if we read those out loud.
You can't get put in jail for slander.
We have blasphemy laws over here, Pete.
Oh, shoot. Look, I said it. Yeah. And I don't know if we have blasphemy laws over here.
I have no idea.
I'm free, you know. Come at me, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You've probably got a legal team, I don't.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness. I am
what has happened, Deadbeat? Jesus, man.
You know, nope, I'm going to save that. February, I'm getting a new car, but we'll talk about that later.
He's then chased it up by saying they'll never take me alive.
Yeah. You'll never take me alive.
Nana put to quote KZ excellent. Thank you everybody for coming out.
Yes. Everybody come out.
That's gonna get messy.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
There's not many occasions where I get you to go, oh Christ.
When I'm hosting my next gig, I'll just be like, thank you everyone for coming. Just stop.
That's it. I was up until 4 a.m. doing that bonus episode, and it is an excellent listen.
Hilarious, but for real, go listen to Deadbeats. We've always said this. Go listen to What the Frick Do You Want?
Yeah.
Go listen to it. And then he did a bonus episode because he's got a 50th episode coming up, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it'll be tomorrow as you're seeing this now. Nana put, Kylie, you made that dirty by yourself.
Exactly.
She did.
I did.
I do have to mention one thing, right? Deadbeat with that special episode, which believe you, I was listening to it this afternoon before this, and it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
I would have gladly contributed a message to say that you're an absolute piece of crap. You just had to ask.
Oh my gosh.
You wanted beef over the pond, but you didn't ask me for the beef. Just saying.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I would call you an a-hole if you wanted me to.
I would have done, but then I know exactly what he would have said as a retort to mine. It's like, that prick couldn't even come on and actually, like, get his microphone working. So, yeah, he would just turn it on me, so.
I like what Deadbeat says.
You think I was short? Of course you weren't.
It's like a half an hour of not just abuse from guests, but to himself, too. Deadbeat abuses himself.
Yeah. Doing his usual deadbeat and punk moments, which
so funny.
I have already told him when we've recorded before that I find those episodes absolutely hilarious.
They're hilarious.
They're so stupid.
It's
just him talking to himself in a voice modulator.
I was about to say something that was really... No, it was going to be really wrong. I actually did not mean this as a double entendre, but I was going to say, I love to... No, I can't. I can't do it. Deadbeat.
Oh, okay.
I can't do it. But it is hilarious to listen to Deadbeat talk to himself. We'll say that.
Oh, I think I know where you were going with that.
It's going to be too dirty. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Twitch will get me.
I can see where you were going with that one. So, yeah, I knew you probably wouldn't be short of abuse. And in all fairness, the ones that you got on to actually do those.
They did so well.
They probably have a much larger viewer base or listener base than us, so probably respectable. So, Nana put Kylie, come on, in caps.
Oh, Nana, if you just knew. No, I'm not gonna. I'm a good
Deadbeat
girl.
put Dream Foursome with me, Deadbeat and Punk.
I like Sleepy Dead Punk and Sleepy Kylie.
Oh, they're funny, yeah. They are a good laugh.
Too funny.
It's definitely better than very, very sick Deadbeat who you didn't hear a damn thing from.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And, I just wish I could be drunk right now, but I can't drink right now.
Oh, believe you me, I know exactly what you're doing as soon as you get home after your taxi service.
Yeah, when my taxi service shuts down, I will be opening my wine. See, that's the downside to now driving is I can't drink as much. That's just wrong. Oof.
Yeah, it is no crap at all. Like, it's not funny. That's what I said.
Yeah, pneumonia. That's terrible. I've never had pneumonia, but I've known people that have had it, and it takes weeks to recover. Ugh.
There was a guy that I used to work with who I was actually temping at a company as a result of the fact that he was in hospital and nearly died from pneumonia.
Oof.
So, yeah,
That's
I've seen
serious,
that.
Yeah.
And when he came back to work, and obviously I had to go, obviously, but I did work with him for about a week, and he looked rough as hell. Like, he struggled for a long time. So, yeah, it's no laughing matter. I'm not making a joke of it. I'm glad to see you on actually well enough now.
Yep.
Yeah, PSA, you can get COVID and a chest infection at the same time. Yeah, I did kind of know that as well.
That makes my lungs hurt in sympathy. I don't have lungs. I'm an alien. But, oh gosh.
I'm not reading that.
Debbie, that's awful though. But I still haven't got COVID yet. I know my time is coming. But I also don't have any friends. So.
I think that's probably why I've dodged it as well.
Although we do have that theory that you did get it early.
Yeah, I do think I've got the antibodies now, which meant that I've avoided it.
Sick that one time.
Oh, I know, it was horrible. You could hear me on that actual episode that week and sounded like death warmed up. And the next week after that too.
I was gonna say it lasted.
I think it was
forever.
A few weeks, yeah.
And yeah, but no, I don't go anywhere and don't have friends.
No fun.
So
But yeah, I mean, if I can go to Wembley, like the area of Wembley in London, and yeah, it is the worst superpower of all time. I am immune to COVID.
Vaccine boy.
Okay, that's much more funny than mine. Hey, he called me Vaccine Boy.
Charles Xavier's gonna show up one day.
Who's the wonder? Yeah, if I can go to the area of Wembley where there are at least 100,000 people and not even catch it, then there must be something.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's 2 weekends in a row that I went to Wembley and 2 weekends in a row where I completely dodged it. And I don't know how. I didn't even do anything out of the normal, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just some people are, but then there's different strains. I don't know. I know my time's coming, but
let's call this a day.
Yeah, let's call it. But I really did enjoy having our chat members on board. I'm so out of it. Like, I could go to sleep right now, but I have to go pick up that person. Don't get a driver's license. And suddenly, anyone you know is going to be like, can you pick me up? Can you take me here? Can you take me to this dinner party? Oh, but you can't drink because you're the designated driver.
Okay. Funnily enough, I watched an episode of a TV show the other day which was centered around the designated driver.
Ugh, that would be a very boring TV show.
That would be The Simpsons. Oh. Homer versus the state of New York.
Oh. That's the one where he gets the thing on his tire, isn't it?
Yes, because Barney is the designated driver for the night and takes his car to New York and gets it lost.
Oh, right. Yeah. Exactly,
yeah,
Debbie.
It's just that moment of pain where he's like, oh my God, I'm the designated driver.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, Duff supports the designated driver program with full impunity. Now, what's the party? Deadbeat put, that's what taxis are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kiley's taxi.
I should start. I should totally get a taxi meter. A taxi meter and put it in there.
Oh, you so should.
They're only like 80 quid.
You might actually
like a way
have to get
used
licensed
one
for it, though.
Well, yeah, I would just do it as a joke. I wouldn't do like a real one. I'd just be like tapping it. Like, looky here, look at the price. That's how much it costs.
Are you literally going to be like that Simpsons bus driver on the museum episode?
Oh, yeah, tap the sign. Yeah, don't make
talk
me
to the
tap
driver.
the sign.
Don't make me tap the sign again.
Yep. All right, I'm out.
I'm so bored. I get so bored that all I ever do is watch Simpsons these days.
Well, as long as
again.
I was going to say. Yeah, but so what? I said earlier, I'm on my 3rd rewatch of Hannibal.
I mean, Mads Mikkelsen is
he's amazing.
So, yeah, worth looking at.
But it cracks me up. It's so funny. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to go now because I am so tired. Like, my eyes are starting to tear up from being tired, if that makes sense.
Happens, yeah.
Or maybe, Pete, I'm just choked up with emotion.
Either that or you're just bored to tears as well.
There you go, bored to tears. Okay.
I would be.
I'm leaving now. Thank you, guys. It's been awesome. And
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we will see you and talk to you. Oh, I already said that. That's not what I say now. That's for the podcast. We'll see you next week. Bye.
We'll be back next week.
Bye.
See you later.